Coercive power. Coercive power is a leader who can punish an employee or team member has coercive power, because the threat of the punishment can persuade an employee to act a certain way. This type of leadership power is coercive power. Example, an employee does not reach the standard of the boss and the boss demands that employee to reach it, or else he or she will lose her bonus salary.
Persuasive power. A person that has persuasive power is able to convince people to make wise decisions, but also to convince people to make unwise decisions. Thus, it is the best for the organization when the person has knowledge and also the wisdom to know when they would be better off seeking someone else's advice. Sometimes, this persuasive power is detrimental. For example, when you convince others to follow a path that was in fact unwise, a person that has persuasive power is able to convince people to make wise decisions, but also to convince people to make unwise decisions.
Today, I'm about to explain what is recreational power. Humans spend their time in everyday life, work, sleep, social duties, and recreational activities, the latter being free of previous obligations to psychological or social needs, a requirement for creation. The position of recreation is well in demographic dynamics and increased marketing of recreational services. It is difficult to distinguish recreation from the general definition of play, which is typically the word recreational activity for children. According to Richard Krauss, recreation consists of an activity or experience usually chosen voluntarily by the participant, either because of the immediate satisfaction to be derived from it or because he perceives some personal or social values to be achieved by it. It is carried or in leisure time and has no work connotations such as a study for promotion in a job. It is usually enjoyable and when it is carried on as part of organized or community services, it is designed to meet constructive and social worthwhile goals of the individual participant, the group, and society at large. So therefore, recreational power can be viewed as self-pleasure and fulfillment and satisfaction.
Impediments power. Impediments power refer to legal objection or impediment to a contract being made. Minority impediments lack of justification, those that matter to the person. Sometimes name disabilities. This term is used in civil law to denote obstacle to marriage. Absolute impediments are those that prohibited without either the nullity of marriage or its punishability, the person subject to them from marrying at all. Derailment impediments are those that make a marriage void, as if one of the contracting parties is unable to marry due to a previous marriage that has not been dissolved. Example of impediments. Impediments to marriage include such as factors as consanguinity between the parties or an earlier marriage that is still valid.
Legitimate power is a form of power that is based on the perception that someone has the right to prescribe behavior, typically but not necessarily due to election or appointment to a position of responsibility in the organizational hierarchy. Legitimate power is a power that you derive from your formal position or office held in the organizational hierarchy of authority. For example, the president of a corporation has certain powers because of the office he holds in the corporation. Like most power, legitimate power is based upon perception and reality.
Inductive power definition. Inductive power transmission enables the power from alternating current in one circuit to be coupled from one circuit into another. As wires are not required for transfer between circuits, inductive power transmission is a wireless form of technology. Example: inductive coupling is the most widely used wireless technology. Its application includes charging handheld devices like phones, an electric toothbrush, RFID tags, induction hooking and wireless charging or continuous wireless transfer in impeccable medical device like artificial cardiac pacemaker.
Expert power is the perception that a certain person has a higher level of knowledge or a specific skill set that others in an organization don't have. This perception leads to more influence within the expert place of work. For example, job applicants can demand generous salaries and preferential working conditions because of their expert power. It is an example of expert power for the reason that these job applicants can demand generous salaries because of their skills, abilities, and knowledge in the field or the work that they're applying in.